This three-story brick building was erected in 1925 by L.A. Fritsche. There were few more respected physicians in Minnesota than Louis Albert Fritsche. He studied at the University of Berlin and received the first medical license ever issued in the state of Minnesota. Although he grew up in nearby St. Peter, L.A. married Molly Fender, the daughter of one of New Ulm's most prominent men. Working from his clinic on the corner of Minnesota and First North Streets, he gained prominence throughout the state, even serving as president of the State Board of Medical Examiners. L.A. Fritsche was serving as mayor of the city when America declared war on Germany in April 1917. In July of that year, the first draft was held, causing consternation among the many families that still had relatives back in the homeland. Some called for an amendment to the Selective Service Act that would allow young men to refuse assignment to foreign countries. In response, a massive rally attended by 10,000 people was held in July 1917, presided over by Mayor Fritsche. One speaker, his brother-in-law Albert Fender, told the crowd that it was unconstitutional for the Army to send men overseas against their will, although he counseled against resistance. Frank Retzlaff, a prominent local businessman, had been warned not to speak at the rally because of the presence of undercover federal agents in the audience. Instead, he took the platform and said, "I love my country from the bottom of my heart, but I'm going to stand by the boys." The reaction in other parts of the state was swift and harsh. Across Minnesota, they began to call New Ulm Kaisertown. A Chicago Tribune columnist voiced a typical view when he wrote, 54 years ago, the Indians massacred the population of that town. That is, 54 years too soon. Finally, Minnesota's governor, James Burnquist, issued an order suspending from office those involved in the July rally: Mayor Fritsche, City Attorney Albert Fender, and County Auditor Louis Vogel. Thinly veiled threats forced Dr. Martin Luther College to fire its top administrator, the Reverend Adolph Ackerman. Later, another speaker, newspaper editor Albert Steinhauser, was arrested on federal charges under the Espionage Act. At the end of the war, as the harsh divisions aroused by the conflict diminished, Louis Fritsche ran for mayor again and won his old position back overwhelmingly. But at heart, he was always a physician and not a politician. With his sons now joining his medical practice, he built this three-story office building in 1925. His son Ted followed in his father's footsteps, running the Fritsche Clinic and serving as mayor of New Ulm after World War II.